Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day to everyone. My name is Azrina Jifarmiti Azhar and my matrix number is 164052. So today I am going to share with you the comparison between the French language and the German language. So let's start, shall we? The agendas that we will discuss today are the comparison in terms of the language family, numbers of speakers, influence in the economic domain, and influence in the cultural domain. So first thing first, let us discuss the language family of the two languages. Both languages are from the Indo-European family. It is said that Indo-European came from the Proto-Indo-European language, which is a language that is already extinct by now. So the French language came from the Romance subgroup, while the German language came from the German subgroup. So from the simple tree map shown in the slide, you can see that Romance has no sub-branches. On the other hand, Germanic has two sub-branches, which are the Western and Northern Germanic. The German language originated from the High German in the Western Germanic sub-branch. So enough with the historical facts. Let's see some numbers, all right? Let's move on to the next agenda, which is the numbers of speakers. Let's see the French language first. On the slide, you can see that there is two types of data under the French language. The left side is from Ethnologue in 2020, and the right side is from the IOF, which is International Organization of Francophonie. So in France, the total speakers is 63.5 million. The first language speakers are 62.4 million, and the second language speakers is 1.5 million. While in the entire world, the total speakers is 274.1 million. The first language speakers is 79.87 million. The second language speakers is 194.2 million in 2020 alone. While in 2022, the total speakers in France is 66 million, and in the entire world, it's 321 million. While it is estimated that there is about 255 million daily speakers. So let's move on to the German language. According to Ethnologue, the total speakers in Germany is about 80.6 million. In the first language speakers, there is about 72.3 million. In the second language speakers, there is about 8.3 million in the 2019. So in the 2020, globally, the total speakers of German language is 134.62 million. The first language speakers is 75.57 million, and the second language speakers is about 59.05 million in 2020 alone. So let's move on to the next agenda, influence in the economic domain. We will start with the French language first. According to the Ethnologue, French is the fifth most spoken language globally, coming after English, Mandarin, Hindi, and Spanish. A language is associated with the country where it took root at, or where it is used the most, or where it is the main language or the official language. So when we talk about the French language, we will link it to the France country. France right now is the UK's top trading partner, importing around 24.5 billion products. And French also is the seventh largest economy in the world, the third largest in Europe, and ranked fourth in the Fortune Global 500. When we talk about business, import and export will not be forgotten. French main export products are aircraft, spacecraft, pharmaceutical equipment, and wine. French main import products are electronics and computer equipment. So based on WTO data, France has 57.7% GDP in foreign trade. France also import from Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, and Spain. France also export to Germany, Italy, Belgium, Spain, and the United States. Well, the third one is French is also the official language and the working language of the top international organizations. The first one is UN, which is the United Nations. The second one is WTO, World Trade Organization. The third one is EU, European Union. The fourth is UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. The fifth is NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And the last one is the International Olympic Committee. Well, the last thing France contributed in the economy domain is travel and tourism. Do you know that France is now the top ranked places to be visited by the tourists? Because, well, Paris, the city of love, is the main attraction there. So people speak French there. So as a tourist, you also need to speak French there. So that is why French is one of the most demand language in the tourism and hotel industry. So we're done with the French language. Now let's discuss about the German language. So let's now talk about the German language influence in the economic domain. So language is also basically the same with France because they are neighboring countries, right? So the first one, German is a language of business. Like I said, a language is associated with its country. So the German language is associated with the Germany country. So right now, Germany is the fourth largest economy globally, the largest economy in Europe, the 12th most spoken language, China's top trading partner, and largest manufacturing economy. Why I was said that it was the largest manufacturing economy? Well, Germany is popular with its automobile industry. Germany is the birthplace of numerous renowned brands such as Audi, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz. So when it comes to import and export, Germany is the third greatest exporter and importer because Germany just depend on the automobile industry itself. So Germany import products from China, Netherlands, United States, Poland, and France. Germany also export to United States, China, France, Netherlands, and United Kingdom. So let's take a look at the next influence in the cultural domain. So let's talk about the French language first. So French-based films and movies are much more likely to be produced than the German-based movies. So French alone has published about 40.5%, while German only produced like 18.1%. And in France, the cinema tradition is still going strong, even though there is now the modern home theater, Xbox, and so on. So the rate of ticket sales, ticket cinema sales in France is twice more than Germany. And the second one, French language is the identity marker of the society. People who speak French, people who speak French, especially native speakers, feel a deep sense of pride in the language as it is often closely linked to French identity. Among the French in business, consumers prefer to purchase goods in their native language. In Quebec, a territory in Canada, goods and services that are offered in French are more likely sold than when it is sold in other language. That is how they love their language. That is how the French language plays such a huge impact on the society itself. Enough with the French language, now let's move on to the German language. In terms of information production, German is more likely written in books than French, and German books is more likely to be published than French. 10 firms in Germany rank among the world's biggest publishers of books in terms of revenue, while French only has 5 firms ranked among the world's biggest publishers of books. That wraps up our discussion for today. Thank you for listening and have a good day.